Hi friends. Okay, so I have so much to tell you and show you and talk about that I am going to get right to it. I'm Kathleen. This is Kathleen's Trotted Trail. Today is Friday, the 19th of February. February is a huge birthday month in our family. I have a brother, a sister, and my husband who all have birthdays within 2 days of each other. So my sister's was yesterday, my husband's is tomorrow, and my brother's is on Monday. And then we have tons of friends that have February birthdays, and anyway, so it has been, I don't even know what to tell you. It has been a week. It has been a rough 10-day period of time. I don't even know where to start. I think the bottom line is the weather went ballistic and berserk in the country all over, particularly in the South, Texas, Oklahoma, the Carolina, everywhere, right? And so my husband and I are both in the natural gas industry. I have my own company. I do consulting for small one-shop or kind of small shops that don't really have the means or funding to have a huge back office, and so I take care of a lot of back office stuff for people. Natural gas is a regulated industry, and so I worked for a pipeline company, 2 different pipelines actually, for years and years, and so I was experienced on the regulatory side of things. And when Maddie, who just turned 21 the 29th of January, when she was a baby, I went out on my own and started my own company, and have been doing that now for almost 21 years. And basically what I do is either help people who have natural gas get it to the market area, or help people who need natural gas find it, and then help sort of mediate between the pipeline company and either the market or the customer. And all of my business is in the Colorado Rockies, and which really their weather was cold and snowy, but not nearly as cold and snowy as it was here in Nebraska or in Texas. But then it's all relative, right? So if you live in Texas and it snows, everything shuts down. If you live in Nebraska, things don't start shutting down until we get 14 inches. So unless there's a lot of wind, and that can make a difference. But anyway, prices went crazy. Natural gas prices went crazy. My husband ended up working some 16, 18-hour days. I ended up working real close to that a few days, and some really late nights. And then because of the weather, there were curtailments, and systems were frozen, and pipes were frozen, and gas couldn't get where it needed to go. And it's just been, I've been in the natural gas industry since right before my 21st birthday, and I have never ever seen anything like this. Prices were just completely bonkers and out of this world, and I don't know, it's just craziness. So I haven't done much stitching, but I've made some plans and gotten some projects started, not so much with stitching but with other things, and so I have a bunch of stuff to show you. I really wanted to film today because I had a hair appointment today, and I'm actually growing my hair out, but we're trying to get rid of all of the old bleached hair and just have, you can see, like, this is not my natural hair color, right? This is my natural hair color, and then all the gray that's coming in. And so we're trying to get rid of that, and so we're cutting that away so that eventually it'll be all of my hair, and then I can just grow it, like maybe to here or something. Not like I'm gonna grow it really long, but she got done cutting. We had come up, I've decided that I'm gonna grow my bangs out, so that, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do like a bobby pin or something there. She got done cutting it, and she said, "How do you want me to style it?" And I'm like, not like you normally do, which is blow it out, right? And blow it straight, a little bit of a bob, whatever. And she's like, do you want to go curly today? And I'm like, well, can you curl it? And she's like, I don't have to curl it. You have naturally curly hair. I do. I didn't know that. I always thought I had stick straight hair that had a little bit of wave in certain places. And she said, no, you have a couple of spots that are pretty straight, but you have naturally curly hair. This is my hair. This is my own, and if you could see the back, it's really curly. And all she did was blow dry it and just kind of scrunch it with her hands. You know, she put a bunch of product in it. Yeah. So I wanted you guys to see it because I will probably, it took her, I don't know, it probably took her 20 minutes to do this. I will never spend that much time on my hair. I've just barely in the last few years learned how to, you know, dry it under, and anyway. So I thought it was really fun, and I sent my kids pictures and they're like, okay, Mom, thanks. Have my coffee. I'm exhausted. It's been quite the week. Yeah. So, okay, I have like mounds and piles of stuff around me. I don't know how many videos this is going to be. I'll try to make it really, really quick. One other thing I was going to tell you that I thought was so funny was, so before my hair appointment, it's kind of my tradition every year. We have a department store here, which is locally owned by a family. I believe that's right. And it's called Maur. And there's only one of them, and it's a beautiful 3-story, really kind of that quintessential department store. You know, there's actually a baby grand piano on the main floor, and always somebody playing that. It's always decorated for Christmas, just, I mean, beautifully. And like people that are Von Maur Christmas decorators just do that job. Like they just work at Von Maur at Christmas to decorate for Christmas. And so my husband is texting me. And so it's just a really beautiful store. When you go, you buy something, you buy clothes, and everything is folded, tissue paper in between the layers, free gift wrapping offered, the whole deal. And I didn't even know this, but I bought something for Ryan today, and just happened to see something that in the men's department that I just was perfect for him, and so I picked it up, and I said, so when I got it, and then I bought a bunch of stuff for Brian for his birthday, and that's my whole, that's our tradition, is that I always go to Von Maur and buy him a combination of some business shirts, long sleeve button down, some polos, and then usually some nice t-shirts, like nicer t-shirts that you would wear like to a barbecue or something like that, and not for mowing the lawn. I have to go let the cat in. Hold on one second. So then I was letting the cat in, the dog went outside, so now I'm gonna have to let her in a second. So anyway, I went up to pay, and the lady said, hey, are you gonna take advantage of our free gift wrapping today? And I said, oh, sure, yeah, but this one, it was a kind of a pullover. This pullover is gonna go to my son. And she said, is he out of state? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, I can mail it for you if you have his address, and his mailing address. We do free mailing, no charge to the customer. I was like, are you, what? Really? She said, yeah, and I'll gift wrap it, and I'll get it in the mail to him. I didn't even know what to say. So anyway, I thought, okay, well, I've never done that. I've always known that they had free gift wrapping, and I've never taken advantage of it. And so I go up to customer service, and I had like 5 things, and I was going to do 2 in one box, and and then like 2 in another box. So I had 3 boxes total. And she said, okay, I'll get right on it, but it'll take me 15 or 20 minutes. And I was originally going to go out into the mall and go to the food court and get a bite to eat, because it was right about lunchtime, and I had my hair appointment was next. And as I'm coming out of customer services, they kind of have the ladies department, the petites, because I'm very short and have super short legs, over to the left as I was coming out, and I just kind of stopped to look. I ended up spending a ridiculous amount of money in the ladies department while I was waiting for my free gift wrapping. Anyway, I love everything I got. Their clothes are, and here's the thing about Von Maur, and I have, I've talked about this. I've been off and on Weight Watchers forever and a day, and anyway, I was doing great, and then I want to say, the pandemic hit, and it's just me. I love to cook, and I love to eat, and I love to go out to eat, and I love to stay home and eat, and yeah. But so I weigh, you know, way more than I should, and way more than I ever have in my whole entire life. And part of the problem is that when I was younger, I could eat like crazy, and I weighed like 105 pounds forever. And then that stopped happening, and I started gaining weight, and I didn't stop eating. So, but what I really love about Von Maur is their sizes are really true. And so, you know, petite, like, this is how I look at myself. I'm a petite extra large. So, like, I expect if I, you know, put something on that's an XL, it's going to fit me with some room. I like my clothes loose, and I like room. And I have so recently tried on clothes in so many different places that were petite XLs that nowhere close to fit me. They were like so small, so tight, no room, absolutely no way they were going to fit. I did not want to try anything on at Von Maur today because I had the hair appointment, and I didn't want to take the time and get all, all of that. And so I got XLs, petite XLs, and came home, and I was like, how many of these am I going to have to take back? Because they're not going to fit. Because, obviously I'm not an XL. They're all fine. In fact, the jeans that I got are too big. Yeah, but everything else fits. This is one of the things I got. This cute. It's just a cute. I got super casual clothes because I don't go anywhere. So, but yeah. So that was really fun, and I shouldn't have spent the money, but it's okay. I haven't bought clothes in a really long time, and I did need some kind of springy, like not like the winter heavy clothes, but still long sleeve. And I mean, it'll be cool here probably through mid-May. It'll be, like jacket at night, long sleeved during the day before it starts getting really, really hot. So all I can say is I am very ready for spring. This happens to me every year. I love winter. I have no problem with winter. But boy, this time of year, end of January, beginning of February, and then through March, I want spring. Okay, I'm gonna start with, I'll start with cross stitch because it's on top, and it's not necessarily what I have the most of, but I had seen quite a long time ago the buttons and beads, the Mill Hill button and beads series. And there's all different series, like there's a seasonal series and there's a Halloween series, there's all different ones. But I had seen the Main Street series, and me in a house, right, or a street, whatever. And remember when I ordered 2 things from 123 Stitch, and they sent me a note and said the other thing we can't get in, and so here's the one, and it was the Tiny Modernist seasonal. And I thought the note said that they couldn't get the other thing in, and it was not coming. Well, it came. And what it was one of the Main Street, the Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Main Street kits. And so, it's on perforated paper, and it is the Summer Cottage. And so it's this. Just super, super cute, right? I love that. And so I got to start on it. It came out of nowhere. I mean, I wasn't expecting it or anything, but these are so easy, and they're great car projects. Not that I'm really in the car ever, but they're great car projects, just super, super easy. So I started thinking, sorry, I dropped that. How fun would it be to do a whole series of these and do them? Have you ever seen like Lana has a really neat tutorial. It's one of her older ones on kind of a box finish where I think she does like 2 pieces of styrofoam, cuts them into squares, and kind of makes a box. Well, I thought it would be really cool to have a whole series of these, and this would be on the front of the box, and then you could just set them up like on a shelf or whatever. And so I was like, well, I wonder if I can get more of them, because obviously it's a series, if I can get more of them. Well, oh yes, you can.